Hey guys!
I know we're a little bit late to the party, but we're here today to check out a video from Epica. They have an album coming out that's made up of songs featuring other artists. And this one features Fleshgod Apocalypse. The name of the song is The Great Tribulation. And there's one song on this record that features my brother from another mother, your uncle, Asim. He's in one of the tracks. Damn. Holy shit, damn! The boy has made it!
Yeah.
Fuck! I don't know how many dicks he sucked to get on that record, but hey, fuck it. Whatever he did, it worked. He's on it. Fuck, come to Brazil. All right.
Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, so on that note, I know this is, I think, the second single that they released. There's another one out there, but hey, like I said, we're late to the party, but better late than never. We're here to check this out. The Great Tribulation, Epica featuring Fleshgod Apocalypse. Are you ready?
Yeah.
One would say a marriage made in heaven or hell or whatever. Mount Olympus. Nothing happens in purgatory. That's just buffering. All right. So it's true.
It's true.
It's true. So thoughts? You want to go first on this?
I don't even know what to say, man. It was so big.
Dude, Fleshgod Apocalypse
and Epica,
I mean, it's like symphonic square.
Exactly. It is symphonic square. I mean, you knew
one band is like a symphonic band, with symphonic metal band. The other one is a symphonic death metal band. I mean, there's one name in common, symphonic. So it's symphonic square. So that's what you got. Symphonic dos.
It's 2x plus x.
Yeah, it's dos.
It's dos.
It's dos. Come to Brazil.
All
right.
Yeah. I mean, a song like this, it's like. I don't.
Did I mention that this won the Patreon poll of the week? I think I did.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think. Well, after this, it's hard to remember anything that came before.
Bro, I can't actually remember how we even started off this video.
Neither can I.
I feel like I got stuck in Elden Ring and
dude. Okay, now you mentioned Elden Ring. I gotta say this. I was listening to this and I was thinking to myself, if I'm one of those Netflix guys, if I'm Dick Wolf, he's not Dick Wolf, by the way. He's not
Dick Pump.
Dick Pump is no, he's part of the Olympics. I don't think.
Is it Dick Pump?
No, it's Dick Pound. Dick Pump. Dick Pump is his alter ego. It's his alter ego.
Dick Pump was a character in Family Guy.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, Dick Wolf, not to be confused with any of those other dicks, he does a lot of TV shows and whatever. So I don't think he's doing any Netflix stuff. But for those of them doing Netflix stuff, like the Midnight Club, which is a new horror series and whatever. If I was gifted and I was doing all of that shit, there's only two bands on the face of this planet, especially if the show was either like a thriller or horror. Thriller, horror, medieval, that would work as well.
This is like.
I know, but
that's why I said Elden, because Elden Ring is like.
But thriller and horror, this works well. The symphonic stuff works well. Can I finish my point?
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, if I was doing any of that shit, there's only two bands on the face of the planet that I would hire to do my score, and that is Fleshgod, Apocalypse, and Epica. That's it. I wouldn't want anybody else touching my shit. Period. Facts of life. And for a lot of you out there that perhaps are fans of these two bands, but are always throwing some snarly comments at bands like Lorna Shore and Ice Nine Kills, guess what? A lot, if not all, most everything that they've done with orchestrations in their last records, my boy from Fleshgod Apocalypse has had his hands in it. So it's the incredible.
Oh, so you're saying the horror thing, but you wouldn't put Lorna Shore in a horror movie?
I would, but I feel like Lorna Shore is going to somebody else, is outsourcing the part that I want in that movie.
Oh.
So why go to the guys who are already outsourcing when I can just
go to the tap?
Yeah, why not just go straight to the source and just hire those guys to do it? So I'm just saying that I just feel like the level of work that goes into some of these songs, and the quality of laptops that goes into some of these songs is
live.
It's outstanding. But listen, that's I'm okay with that. That's what you paid for. That's what you're getting. You can
You're
do it.
such a hypocrite.
You can't do it
You're
without.
You're such a hypocrite.
You can't do it without.
God, you are such a hypocrite.
Hey, I'm just
a hypocrite.
Oh fuck! I feel like you just threw a fat joke in there. Fuck.
Hypocrite.
All right. So anyhow, back to where you were. Continue.
That hurt you, didn't it?
Yeah, it hurt my feelings a little bit if I had.
Yeah, because let's not even go into it, because the levels of I'm right compared to you're wrong, it's miles.
Okay, but let's go back to this song.
You're in relegation territory.
And how good this partnership is.
This partnership is it's beautiful. Like you said, it's symphonic squared. You get such a big song with nice heaviness, really really nice heaviness, but still beauty and the end there, and then that big cinematic end to the song was amazing.
Let me just remind you that both bands have actually keyboard players. I'm just throwing that out.
But they still have to use laptops.
Okay, but there's certain things you can get away with. There's just certain things you can get away with, but they still have.
Oh, really?
They still have the man there fingering that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm trying to keep it as real as possible.
1 point for Antonio.
Deuce. All right, so this song is absolutely epic, pun fully intended.
Fully.
And it's really like two bands that do have some commonality to them coming together and creating a song that's absolutely larger than life. The sound of this song is beyond cinematic. I mean, it's incredible. The orchestrations on this track are through the roof.
Is, yes, the bands have similarities, but it's almost like they're similarities and then they kind of drift away when it comes to the heaviness of the songs. So that's why they work so good together. The whole opposites kind of attract, even though there is that same DNA, they split off in the end, but this song bringing them back together, it's like...
I think the way I analyze this song from a pure construction point of view is that when you look at Epica, outside of Fleshgod Apocalypse, when you look at Epica, you're looking at a band that does have that symphonic metal to them, but they also use harsh vocals, so it's not like harsh vocals is out of the realm. I mean, it's a staple across Epica songs. So then when you bring Fleshgod Apocalypse...
It's not Fleshgod Apocalypse...
Level. Okay, yes, I agree with you, but still there nevertheless.
Yeah.
So when you bring Fleshgod Apocalypse into the table, or onto the table, not into the table, onto the table. My English today is a little bit wacky. So onto the table, the way I feel is that, okay, we want the song to sound like Epica, right? Like we want this to be an Epica song, but how can we include Fleshgod Apocalypse and include their DNA and make still this sound like an Epica song? And the best way to do it is you bring the orchestrations, because you have that on both bands, but you bring the Fleshgod...
It doesn't feel like one is overpowering the other.
Exactly. So you just bring those two elements together and you make a song that's larger than life, way over cinematic.
Something both bands would do.
And then you bring the harsh vocals in, but you turn the knob to 11 because you're going to have the Fleshgod Apocalypse influences coming in. I feel like that's exactly what this song is. It's a song that feels like an Epica track, but the elements that both bands have in common are turned to 11. That's kind of how it came across. It was a perfect
mix of both bands. It wasn't like one band was...
That's kind of what I just said.
No, but you were saying it's like an Epica track. No, this is a track.
It is. It starts. The bass line of the song is an Epica track. The bass line of the song, like the origins, the origin story of this song is an Epica song. But I feel like what they did was they looked at everything that the two bands have in common, and the things that they have in common. Okay, let's turn those things up to 11. Then you feel more of both bands together. But you have the heaviness, that death metal coming in from Fleshgod Apocalypse that makes things feel even heavier, even more. I don't know, more powerful, for a lack of a better term. That's how I see this song, the way it comes together. You know what I mean? It's a track that works well because of the commonalities, and it works really well because they use those commonalities to enhance the band that's featured into the song. You know what I mean? But not straying too far off. And the reason I'm saying this is because if you're an Epica fan, you're not necessarily a Fleshgod Apocalypse fan. I mean, obviously there are fans that, like me, that cross-pollinate between both. But let's face it, symphonic metal, like I don't see a lot of guys listening to Epica or Nightwish or Within Temptation also listening to Fleshgod Apocalypse. There are commonalities, and I'm not saying the two camps are completely separated. No,
there's commonalities, but those people don't really go over.
But I think there's a vast majority of people who are fans of one that are not necessarily fans of the other, and vice versa. There's people who listen to Fleshgod Apocalypse that are not fans of symphonic metal per se.
If you listen to, I feel like one compared to the other. Like if I'm listening to Fleshgod Apocalypse, if you listen to a band like Epica.
Maybe Epica is a little bit more of a crossover.
It's harder to cross over from Epica to Fleshgod.
It's easier.
It's easier to do Fleshgod to Epica, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. But I think it's not that hard to go the other way around. Because some
people who listen to more symphonic metal, they like softer stuff.
I think the fact that Epica has harsh vocals as well allows that transition to be maybe a little bit smooth. I think maybe the camp... Let me rephrase what I just said. I think maybe the camp of fans of one has a lot more in common with the camp of fans of the other. If you look at a band like Nightwish, I think
it's farther away.
Or like Within Temptation.
Since you said Nightwish, I was thinking more like...
Those are further... Those camps are further away. Okay. Yeah,
so maybe the crossover is...
Closer. It's an easier crossover, but I
think it's still easier for one way.
But it's an easier crossover. I just feel like this is a song that will appeal to both.
Yeah.
Like, appeals to both. I mean, if you're a fan of Epica, this song doesn't turn you off. It's just like I said, the things that they have in common turn to 11. So and that's why I said that this song, at its lore, at its origin story, it is an Epica song. So I feel like if you're a fan of Epica, but maybe not a fan of Fleshgod Apocalypse, this song is not going to turn you off.
You're still going to enjoy it.
You're still going to enjoy
Same
it.
with
You're
the
still
other side.
100%. Even, but that's, like you said, maybe that's an easier transition.
That's an easier transition.
So I'm 100% with you on that. I just really enjoyed the combination of efforts and how it was put together, really allowing the track to still be uniform, but have that sense of two different bands bringing something, maybe unique is not the right word, but bringing something different, but yet still similar. I really enjoyed this track. The orchestrations, the cinematic feel of the orchestrations and the choirs, and it was just over the top. It was just absolutely over the top, but it works so well. And when you get those harsh vocals, really harsh vocals, that grounds the track down, and then you have those incredible vocals by Simone, just lifts up the song. There's this yin and yang that the track has vocally that is always works really well for Epica, but here the yin and yang is even more divided than on a regular Epica track. It just feels, everything feels like it's turned to 11 almost, but it just has a lot of life. It's a massive sounding song.
Yeah.
Incredible. All right, the album comes out, I believe, in November, early November, something along those lines. I think it's early November.
So watch out.
So yeah, well, check out their social media. This is the second single that they've released. There's another one out there, so go check it out. And the list of people that they featured on this record is incredible. And like I said, our good friend, my brother from another mother, Asim, is in one of the tracks. I know he's really excited about being in one of the songs. I'm very excited for him. I could not be happier. It couldn't have happened to a better dude, and I'm glad that Epica, threw him an invitation to be on the record. It's absolutely amazing to see someone like him with the talent that he has be part of such an incredible project. I think it's just phenomenal. So congratulations to everybody involved, and let me finish this video on this note. If you guys live in North America, this band is on tour right now with none other than Sabaton. They're opening for Sabaton throughout North America. They played a show, or they're playing a show in Montreal. There's no Toronto dates, which I was really fucking upset. But I heard from a very reliable source that there is a tour in the horizon for 2023 throughout North America, which will include a Toronto show.
Stop.
I don't know if they're going to come to Brazil or not, but they're definitely going to be coming to Toronto.
Yeah.
All right, and that's all that matters to me. On that note, guys, thank you for watching this video. We'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.